Beginning, the auction of shame. The first time I saw her, she was kneeling on a metallic platform under the harsh lights of the Great Concord Station, her wrists bound by shimmering energy cuffs. Around her stood dozens of alien species, merchants, warriors, diplomats, all watching with varying degrees of amusement, disgust, or cold disinterest. No compassion, no empathy, no humanity. Her name was Ryla, the last of her kind. The auctioneer, a towering frog-like merchant known as Gruck the Profiteer, raised his voice. Lot 47, a captured Linthery female, strong, agile, capable of harmonic manipulation. Very rare, very dangerous. Minimal obedience. A wave of murmurs swept through the hall. The Linthery were feared. Rumors claimed their voices could shatter bones, disrupt energy fields, even rip through the minds of weaker species. Their planet had been destroyed in a war nobody talked about. She was the last living one, and now she was to be sold. Gruck struck the platform with his staff. Starting bid, 20,000 credits. Silence. Aliens shifted. Some sneered. Some scoffed. Some stepped back. None stepped forward. Ryla lifted her head slightly. Her eyes, silver like liquid starlight, held no anger, no fear. Just resignation. Hopelessness. That hollow look struck something inside me. I had seen it before. Years ago, in the eyes of refugees during the Zalorian conflict when I served as a rescue officer. The same emptiness. The same, I am alone in the universe, despair. And now the entire hall stared at her as if she were a broken tool. Gruck barked. No bids? Surely someone wants a Linthery. Still nothing. I felt my jaw clench. The universe had failed her once already. I refused to let it fail her again. So I stepped forward. I'll take her. The hall turned to me. Gruck blinked. Human, are you sure? Yes. A low wave of laughter rippled through the crowd. A human? Buying a Linthery? Impossible. Stupid. Suicidal. Gruck shrugged. Very well. Sold. For 20,000 credits. I approached the platform. Ryla watched me with unreadable eyes. I extended a hand. You're safe now. She didn't take it. But she didn't look away either. And that was a start. Middle. The woman the galaxy feared. Owning a Linthery or saving one, depending on perspective, was complicated. The moment we reached my ship, the Wayfarer Dawn, she stayed silent, standing in the corner like a statue carved of silver and dusk. Her energy cuffs hummed faintly. She could break them if she wanted to, but she didn't. I grabbed a scanner. Let me remove those. Don't. Her voice was low, melodic, trembling with something I couldn't identify. If you free me, others will come. They will smell the residue. They will hunt. Who? Everyone. She wasn't wrong. The Linthery were believed to be extinct. If word spread that one survived, entire empires would want her, for research, for exploitation, for power, for fear. I set the scanner down. Then we'll keep them on. For now. She lowered her gaze. You should not have taken me. I disagree. You risk your life. I've done that before. Her lips twitched. Almost a smile. Almost. But not quite. Her past. Over the next days, she began speaking more. Softly. Slowly. But enough. She told me about the fall of her world. About being captured. About being paraded through shadow markets. About losing her voice. Her true voice. Because the galaxy feared it. I haven't sung in years, she whispered one night, staring at the stars through the viewport. I fear what would happen if I did. Your voice is dangerous? For those with evil hearts, she said. For those who seek harm. But for others it can heal. The way she said heal sounded like a memory she no longer believed in. Her beauty wasn't the obvious kind. It was in her stillness, her quiet strength, her glowing eyes that held centuries of grief. But the galaxy didn't want her. It feared what it couldn't control. And so it caged her. The hunters arrive. We were 3 days out from Concord Station when the scanners lit up. 3 interceptors. Unregistered.
Fast.
Predatory. Ryla stiffened. They came. I gripped the controls. We can outrun them.
No.
They want me. They will follow. Then we lose them another way. I angled the ship toward the Vesper Nebula, a chaotic region of volatile gases. One wrong turn, and we'd be ash. The hunters followed. Ryla stepped beside me. If you free me, I can help. I hesitated. If you use your voice, the nebula might collapse on us. Or it might collapse on them. She wasn't wrong. I hit the release. Her energy cuffs dissolved. For the first time, her true power shimmered beneath her skin. Silver light, star-forged grace. She stood tall, eyes glowing like newborn suns. Thank you, she whispered. Then she opened her mouth.
And sang.
The Linthery song. The sound wasn't sound. It was vibration.
Light. Force.
Emotion. The nebula pulsed outward like a living organism responding to her call. Massive waves of stellar gas surged around us, wrapping us in vibrant blue and violet spirals. The interceptors weren't so lucky. The first was crushed by a collapsing gas wave. The second was spun into a vortex and torn apart. The third tried to flee. Ryla raised her hand. Her voice rose like a crescendo of a dying star, and the nebula swallowed the last hunter whole. Silence filled the cockpit. Ryla exhaled, trembling. That is why they fear us, she murmured. I stared at her in awe and worry. That was incredible. It was reckless, she corrected. I risked killing us both. But you didn't. She looked away, voice cracking. You shouldn't trust me. No one ever has. Well, I said quietly, then it's about time someone did. Her eyes glistened. Not with power, with emotion. A new threat. We reached the Outer Drift colony, a quiet settlement where I planned to hide her temporarily. But the colony was not quiet. Not anymore. Smoke rose from the perimeter. Buildings lay shattered. And floating above the chaos was a massive cruiser bearing the symbol of the Galacticempire, a race of brutal conquerors. Ryla's breath hitched. They're here for me. Why would Draxans want you? Because they hate what they cannot control. The Draxan commander appeared via hologram, a towering brute with jagged armor. Human, he growled. We know you harbor a Linthery. Surrender her, and your death will be quick. I stepped forward. No. The alien snarled. Then your death will be slow. The hologram vanished. Ryla touched my arm. You cannot fight them. Not for me. But I will. Why? I looked into her luminous eyes. Because you deserve someone who stands for you. She froze. As if those words meant something she hadn't heard in years. Maybe ever. The battle for the colony. The Draxans deployed assault troops. We were outnumbered, outgunned, outmatched. Colonists ran for shelter as the first wave descended. Ryla inhaled sharply. If I sing, truly sing, the colony will crumble. Then don't sing, I said. Then we die. Not if we do it together. Her eyes widened. Together?
Yes.
I'll guide your voice. Direct it. Focus it. You cannot. I can try. She hesitated, torn between fear and hope. Elias, if I lose control. I trust you. Her throat tightened. Then she nodded. And the battle began. The harmonic stand. Draxons stormed the colony. Energy bolts ripped through the air. Explosions shook the ground. I stood before Ryla, placing my hands gently on her sides. "Focus on me," I whispered. "Not on them." Her breath trembled. "Just you," she said softly. "Good. Now let it out." She opened her mouth and sang again, but this time it was different, controlled,
Precise.
her voice narrowed into a focused harmonic beam that rippled across the battlefield. It did not destroy the colony this time. It destroyed only the invaders. The Draxons staggered as their armor vibrated violently and shattered. Their weapons melted. Their bodies collapsed under harmonic pressure. A squad tried to flank us. I adjusted her shoulders slightly. Her tone shifted, and the beam followed, like a weapon guided by trust, by unity,
By us.
Within minutes, the Draxon forces were defeated. Ryla collapsed to her knees, exhausted. I caught her. "You did it," I whispered. "No," she breathed softly. "We did." Ending. The woman I chose. The colony survived. Word spread fast. The last Linthri had returned. Not as a weapon, not as a monster, but as a protector who fought for others. A delegation of colonists gathered to thank her. Ryla stood nervously behind me and used to positive attention. A small child stepped forward, offering her a flower. "You saved us," the girl said shyly. Ryla's breath caught. Her hands trembled. Slowly, carefully, she accepted the flower. Her voice broke. "Thank you." The colony cheered. For the first time in years, Ryla smiled. A real smile, soft, radiant, filled with hope. Later that night, as we watched the stars, she turned to me. "Elias, why did you step forward for me at the auction? Why did you risk so much?" I took a breath. "Because I saw someone worth saving." Her throat tightened, eyes shimmering with tears she couldn't hide. "No one has ever said that to me." "Well," I said gently, "get used to hearing it." She leaned closer. Not a kiss. Not yet. Just her head resting lightly against my shoulder. A quiet act of trust. "You stepped forward," she whispered, "when no one else would." "And I'll keep stepping forward," I said. "Every time." The stars reflected in her silver eyes as she smiled softly. Then she murmured, "Maybe I can learn to believe in the galaxy again." Together, we watched the night sky. Two survivors, two unlikely allies, bound by courage, trust, and a choice that changed both our lives forever. The galaxy had abandoned her, but I never would. And in the quiet glow of starlight, she knew it.